My name is David Fraser. I was born with cerebral palsy. And I was going from my 14th New York City marathon. I did my first marathon in 2007. And that one I did for me. In 2008, my wife was diagnosed with stomach cancer. So now, every year when I run the race, I always dedicate my run to my wife.
I'm Michael Oliva. I've been guiding Dave in the New York City Marathon for 13 years now. This will be our 14th year together. We started in 2007. He's finished every one since. Dave's been watching this race since he's been a little kid in New York and watched Greta Waits finish it 8 times in a row. He's super pumped, really motivated him. So to finish that first one in 2007, most amazing running experience I've ever had. And I told Dave, I'm like, as long as you want to do the race, I'll do it with you. I mean, I thought we'd do it for a while, but I got to be honest, I didn't think we'd be on 14 years right now.
Make like a brother from another mother. That's my boy. That's my boy.
What motivates me is, I mean, Dave's out there toughing it out. We start at 8:22 in the morning. It's just a blast. It's a lot of fun running it with Dave. So Dave has cerebral palsy. He was born with it. Cerebral palsy affects the portion of your brain that controls motor function. And for Dave, that severely impacts his hands. You know, his hands just don't quite have the mobility to push forward and to push from wheelchair like a lot of traditional push from wheelchair athletes do. For Dave, it's more effective to go backwards in the wheelchair, and he has better motor control with his feet, you know, his feet pushing off. So Dave basically guides himself backwards, turns his head backwards to look where he's going, and he pushes off with his right foot. And that gives him the power to basically move the chair.
You have 2 types of runners. You have people that get run. They have people that will get off my goddamn mic.
He'll use his hands sparingly to turn around the chair, because when you go downhill, he flips around and goes forward, uses the downhill. But for the most part, he could push a little bit forward with his hands, but he's just not going to be as quick as he would going backwards with his feet. That's how Dave gets around in daily life. You know, he works on 33rd Street near Penn Station. He's an accountant. And that's how he gets around the city in daily life, and that's how he gets around during the marathon.
When I was younger, I worried about time and patience. I want to do the PR, but that's not my running board. I'm just running for the pure enjoyment. Get knowing that I'm able to be complete 26 for 2 miles at my age make me happy.
So it just started raining. We're at about mile 13. Rain's a nightmare for Dave because it makes the ground like an oil slick. Rain's about the worst type of conditions for Dave, but hopefully things will dry up. Dave will keep going. Dave's done the entire race in the rain before, and he'll finish no matter what. As a guide with a visually impaired athlete, you're on a tether and you're literally moving them around the course or running alongside them along course. But with Dave, I don't touch the chair the entire time. He's self-propelled. So I'm more of like a support person. I carry all the gear. So, I got the big backpack on, I carry all the food. At night, it gets cold, so I have the cold weather gear. And then, I help out with crowd control. Literally 50,000 people pass us. People are running into us. On the downhills, Dave turns around the chair and he goes forward, and you gotta maneuver through a lot of people. So it's a lot of crowd control, a lot of yelling at people or politely asking them to move. Those are my two biggest roles as a guide: crowd control, carrying the gear, and some motivation. But Dave's pretty motivated, so I really got to concentrate on the first two.
Going back to Manhattan. We're going back to Manhattan, baby.
Go, 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 Dave, go!
Training for marathon involves a lot of time. I get a lot of support from my wife and my kids. I mean, every year I really appreciate that they allow me to do something that I really love doing.
Nice job, Dave Fraser! All right, this is Dave's 14th consecutive TCS New York City Marathon finish.
I think it's important for people to hear Dave's story because I see how people react and how much motivation they get out of seeing Dave during the race. A woman stopped us last year at mile 22. She said what motivated her to run the marathon was she was sitting on somebody's rooftop and she saw Dave doing the race one year, and she'd never run in her life. And the next year she was doing the New York City Marathon because she saw Dave in the race. So I just think what Dave does is just beyond incredible.
So right now, we did 14. Tomorrow, I've been getting about 15.